Hi, it's been a while. The entire month of May, I've been busy in the garden, and I just couldn't find the time to record anything. I got a whole bunch of plants planted in the garden. I got new soil. I got garden beds all ready to go. And yeah, I've just been so busy. I'm also doing farmer's market. I've done it 4 markets so far, and really well. The third one, not that many people show up. I still did good, and I made up for it for last weekend, which was the 4th one. But market did really well. I'll talk more about the market later, because right now my current project, decided to record it because it's been a while. Give a sort of short update. I'll do a different video update of the garden right now, but right now it's a cleanup where I got all this stuff that's just piled here. I got the old bins that the previous owners left behind. I got them just strewn about here. I got this garden bed that was in the alcove, but I'm still waiting on the landlord of the triplex next to me about the fence. So I got like 3 garden beds that can't go over there along the fence until I hear a word, and I don't want to set it up and then find out, oh yeah, we're going to be starting now, and I just set the garden beds up. So that is on hold. My camera's a little crooked. There we go. So I'm considering putting this one right here, but I'm just going to bring it this way a bit more, because there's like 5 feet of open space from this garden bed that I got my camera set up on, and that one there's 5 feet, so I'm going to bring it about 3 feet this way, and that should be good. Yeah, it should be fine, because on just over here, yeah, sorry about that, there was a dump truck going by, so it got loud. But yeah, so just over here, about 5 feet over there from this garden bed, is the deck that I'm working on removing to put the greenhouse. But it's going to be brought about 3 feet this way towards this garden bed. So it's a lot of configuring, but don't worry about that. But with it coming closer, I gotta make sure this garden bed isn't too close to that side. So I'm gonna try to see if I can. There's like a little step path right here, so let's see if I can bring it as close to that as possible, so that this end of it isn't too close to the greenhouse when that gets put in. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be cleaning up this. I have my weed whacker to get rid of the grass too, but first clean this all up and find places for them. Let's go. Taking a look at this grass, it seems a little too tall for my weed whacker, so I'm gonna cut it down a bit with my hedge trimmer, just to make it low enough for the weed whacker, so it's not putting too much strain on that. So let's see. That worked like a charm. It's done. It looks a lot better, but I'm not working in that grassy area. There's actually a dirt patch right here. Like all this dirt patch, which is where I'm gonna put that garden bed. The one that was there, I'm gonna move it here, and that makes it so much easier. I don't have to shovel out any grass, but there might be a couple weeds here and there that I might need to pull out. So let's see about setting that up, because that's all cleared up. I have lots of time, I'm pretty sure. Yes, I would say I have lots of time. So yeah, I'll get that garden bed set up, and I'll see about slug. I'll see about getting it filled, because I have bags of leaves I can fill at the bottom with, and I still got a load of dirt in my trailer that I could probably, hopefully I could top this up so I can start my beans, because my plans of where I'm planting things is changing because the garden beds I want to put by that fence, I haven't put them up yet because of the fence issue. So I'm rearranging some plans. Where I wanted to put the beans, that's where my broccoli is. Where I want to put my cucumbers, I'm going to have to go buy a garden bed to put on the outside of my fence gate, because they like east facing sun. There's no east facing sun, but sun rises in the east, so it likes the east rising sun, but does not like the hot afternoon sun. So if I put it on, so the garden bed I want along the fence, that's where my cucumbers were going to be, because that fence is on the west side of my yard. So it being the garden bed being put on the east side, it'll get that morning sun, but then the fence will block it from the afternoon sun, which is perfect. But because I'm not having the fence there, I gotta figure out a different way. So I got the other portion of my fence that has my driveway. I'm gonna put a garden bed there instead as temporary. It's not as long. It'll probably be like 4 to 5 foot long garden bed, where the one I built is 9 feet long. So I'm not gonna have as many cucumber plants as I wanted, but it'll do for now. I'll get some cucumbers, but I'll deal with that later. That's some other project. I'm hoping probably this weekend maybe I'll actually get that. But right now, this garden bed, my beans were going with broccoli. I wasn't planning to plant broccoli, but I planted too much for farmers market. So, and some of them are getting a little pot bound. So it's like, okay, I guess I'm planting some of this broccoli that didn't get sold, because I feel bad if I get rid of it. So this garden bed is gonna be for the beans. It's not as big as my other bean bed. This is like a 2x4. My bean bed is 3x6. So plans change. That's okay. I'll just have more broccoli than beans. Anyway, I'll get started on this. Ugh. Plans are sort of changing by day. Not enough dirt. I used up all I had, and I got this much more I could put in the garden bed. I ran out of dirt. So what I'm going to do, I was going to plant stuff today in that garden bed, but that'll wait till tomorrow. What I'm going to do is tomorrow morning get a couple bags of, not topsoil, but a garden mix to finish that last little bit, get a few bags. And at the same time, get new corn seeds, because in my corn bed, I was thinking of doing the popcorn variety. Didn't work. They've been in there for like a week or two, and only one sprouted, and I dug up to check, and some of them have turned to dust. So that's a bust. So I'm gonna go to the store and get some new corn that isn't the popcorn variety, because I guess I don't have luck with that. So I'll just get my standard peaches and cream I always get, but I have some, but not enough to do the whole garden bed. So I'll be planting tomorrow, dirt and new corn seeds. And I'll probably add that, the finishing of this, add on to the back of this video. So, see you then. And welcome to day 2 of the filling this garden bed. And as you can see, I got a new friend here. Ooh. Don't know if you can hear me, but new friend. I actually bought this trellis a year before I got the house, so it's been 2 years. Yes, 2 years since I got this trellis, and it's been in the box since then. So I just took a moment this morning, built it, and set it here. So this is the one end. The other end goes that way. I was thinking of making this go to that end, because it probably would reach the entire bed here from that end to this end. But it's like, I might do something else on that end, but also like it might block, if I have it on that side, whatever grows will block too much sun for this side, because the sun comes from that direction. And grass. But so I'll just keep it open, put like shorter garden plants there, and the tall ones that climb on this side. So when I do my beans, I actually go do some pole beans here and bush beans there. I know there's a thing where you shouldn't plant them together, and I think that's mainly because the pole beans will get taller and block out the bush beans. But if I have the pole beans on this side, when the sun's that side, the bush beans will be totally fine. They won't get blocked by this, because this is be in the back. So that should be fine. So this trellis, I'll show more of it probably a later video when I do a garden tour. And hopefully by then, either I might do it not long after this video so nothing's climbing it, or I might wait until something's climbing it. But that, maybe, we'll see. Yeah. So I got bags of dirt to top this up, and I got my pole beans, and I got bush beans just over here. So here's day 2 to finish this bed. Let's go. There was a few plants I actually missed, so I got a single borage left. I'm gonna put it here as well with the bush and pole beans, and I got some dill, which really needs to be transplanted. So I'll do these ones in the corners, bush beans, and then like a row of pole beans. So I think that should be good. This is a lot less beans than I had last year because of my garden plants have changed. So I wasn't planning to do as many broccoli as I did, but because the farmer's market ended up starting too much, so it's gonna be more of a broccoli day than green beans. But I'm still gonna get my beans. But the corn bed, the first part of the video I mentioned that I was going to switch out the corn because nothing looked like it was coming up for my peaches cream. I didn't pick that up because then I thought I might make it a bean bed instead, but This morning, the next day, there's sprouts actually coming up now. So I'll give it another week, and if the corn bed is very sporadic with the amount of corn that is sprouting, I'll probably actually the corn can actually stay. I could just do 3 sisters. Like, it'll be very sporadic on the corn, but I'll string in between the bush beans, and they'll just, like, you'll probably it's best to use pole beans, so I might stick pole beans, put bush beans around the edge, and then pole beans in the center to climb the corn. And I still got 2 squash, so it's going to be an experiment for the corn bed at this point. Because I don't know how many I planted, but it was a lot of corn, but they're just starting to come up, so we'll see. But for now, I'll focus on this bed, get this dill in, get the borage in, and then I can get my beans and stuff in. Ooh. So, decided that because I got the dill planted just in just that corner right there, that was once I started indoors. So I'm grabbing my seed pack and I'm going to sprinkle some around it for direct sowing. So if those end up dying off, at least I have dill seeds already planted. Just got to keep them watered until they sprout. These beans in this bag, they were not last year's. They're not last year's beans. They're the year before that I harvested when I was at my parents' when I grew beans. So this is 2-year-olds beans, but they should be fine, that they should sprout. But they're all green bush beans, so it should be fine. There's a couple damaged ones, so I'll make sure I don't plant them. But at least I got the pole beans, but I also got this pack. I don't know how old it is. Doesn't say. We'll try it anyway. So it's a little high. So I didn't bother with this pack. I decided just to do all this paper bag and hope for the best. So I'll get to watering, and I gotta water all my other plants. So that's it for that garden bed. Ooh. Got the dill, the borage, and I do have heads of lettuce I still need to plant, but I might do them in pots, put like 1 in each pot. We'll see. Yeah. So I would say that's it for this video. I gotta get to watering, but see you in the next one. This one was a little weird, but okay. So stay hydrated, stay warm if it's still cold, put sunscreen on, and we'll talk later.